Welcome again, YouTube. This is Max One Chase One. This is for the YouTube truckers out there that have defects or small maintenance things that need to be fixed on their truck while they're on the road. And in my case, I've got a Telltale bulb that has blown out my instrument cluster, and by it blowing out, it was the one for the parking brake Telltale, and it caused me to get a rejection sticker. Alright, for safety's sakes, like I said, the same thing. That is a must. You must have it so that the truck is running safely on the highway. Like I said, the instrument cluster, like I say, is the parking brake Telltale, and in the manual it tells number 7 is the one that looked like a P with 2 brake shoes on the outside. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take this cluster and bring it toward me, and I'm gonna show you something, a safety thing that if you guys have to do this with a VNL 2000 Volvo, this, to remove this cluster, there's a screw here and a screw here, and I'm hoping that those 2 screws got a little hinge in the bottom part, and that comes and folds right toward the console. I'm going to show you what the book showed so that you guys can see it too. And then it says right here, changing Telltale bulbs in cluster. And it's got a warning that said, do not let the cluster be in the face down position more than a maximum of 15 minutes. Due to the gauges, damage to the gauges can occur by oil running out of them, making the gauge reading inaccurate. So just like I said, once I loosen the 2 screws up at the top, this should hinge toward the steering column. So we're gonna go on up, and I'm gonna do that, and I can't do that and record at the same time. So I'm lucky that the 2 screws are a they are a star type tool, and this is a T25. And to show you that it do fit, a T25, there it is. It's in there. So I'm good and lucky that T25 is the right one for me to have. Now, for those of you who have not got one of these tool kits, I recommend you get one. I can't remember where I got it from, but I got it for a couple of my work friends. And what it does, come on there, get right. It's got all kind of bits in them. Flat tips, Phillips, Star. I got some of my extra ones in here too. And they've got all of those in there. And then on the next tier, got some out. I guess that's what happens when you use them and then you don't put them back. Got some in there, then they got some for a ratchet. And I brought this set, and it also had the screwdriver in it too. But again, I didn't put the screwdriver back. But I brought that set for like $9. I'm trying to think. I think it was at Harbor Freight. Okay, let's go back to the subject at hand. I'm going to get my screwdriver, my drive screwdriver that fits right over top of that, and we're going to go from there. Okay, YouTube, here's my screwdriver. Not the one that came with the kit, but as long as it fits in there and it does the job, that's what I'm going to do. To keep this from not being like watching grass grow, I'm sure you don't want to see me unscrew this, but when I get ready to pull the panel back or any issues I may have, I will start recording it to let you see it. Okay, continuing on, like I said, the same thing. I did loosen up those 2 screws, took them out, and it did have some play to it. Now, also too, I did decide to go ahead and take out these 2 screws too, just to make sure that this will give me some play if it needed it. Also too, use your rear pedal in the floor to adjust your steering wheel so it'll telescope out to give you more the maximum use for a screwdriver to fit in here. Now this is where I'm at. Now I'm looking at how that clip is. This clip here goes up under here, but I pushed it with a screwdriver and it seemed like it wants to hinge here, but I just kind of rather had that clip to come out so I can bring the whole thing out at one time. Now I'm catching a little trouble with the other side, but I'm going to do the same thing with that side like I did with this side. Alright, now I'm going to show you what the result I got when I get caught up. Okay YouTube, now those two clips should work like hinges, but I'm going to show you something that's not making it work like a hinge. This is on the top. See this section here? Same thing, that section there is not letting it fold out like it ought to. But I can get to the console and find out where that telltale bulb is burnt out at. Again, I'm going to try to make sure that I do not leave it in the overhang position more than 15 minutes. Alright, let me go and see if I can find out. I hope I don't have to get a whole new cluster. And I'll get back with you guys in a second. Okay YouTube, like the manual says, you can fold the console back. And you can see I have it laying against my console, but I've got it leaned up a little bit. It's got little schematics here. And it says here on the center tag, it says parking brake number 3, which is that one right there. But this is the problem. There are the bulbs. And none of those are marked for which one is which and what is what. They tell you can have a special tool, but you can use a pair of pliers. Just push down on it a little bit and turn it. I'll demonstrate one. I'll demonstrate one just to kind of show you how you can do it with a pair of pliers. And this is a standard pair of pliers. Try not to go between the, don't try to go on the sides here and there. Try to go there, push down on it a little bit, and turn it easy. Then once it turns almost about a 45 degree angle, take your hand and you twist it, and you can pull it out. And that's what that telltale bulb is going to look like. Now I can't focus it anymore, but if you see the edges, it looks just like a regular bulb because of the housing, so it can secure the bulb in there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get my key, turn my key on, and see which one is burning and which one's not. So that's how I'm going to determine which one is burnt out so I can replace it. Stand by, more to come. Okay YouTube, I'm going to show you how I found out which bulb it was that was blown. And I can't show you the illustration, but I'm going to draw an illustration and kind of show you how I found out which one it was. Now again, you notice that they are going 1, 2, 3, and then a 1, 2, 3 for the park brake. Alright, so then I go in here on the left side of that, 1, 2, 3, and nothing there. But that's where the one that I got out, and I'm gonna show you what was wrong with it. And then another 1, 2, 3, but I think it was 4. But there's no way to determine which one there's no way to determine which one that they're talking about, because I want to go by this little split piece of plastic right here. It said it's dividing the left half and the right half, but it doesn't end up with 3. It ended up with 4. Now if they went 1, 2, 3 and a blank, or either 1, 2 and a blank, and then that one was 3. But either one or the other, I found the one that was blown, and I'm gonna show you how I guess I use my keen eye to determine how I could tell by looking at the bulb, because there's such a small area. You have to have a magnifying glass really to look at it to see where it's blown at. So I'm going to do an illustration, drawing illustration the best I can to kind of show you what to look for. All right, stand by. Okay, YouTube, this is my illustration of the bulb. Now in my little sketch version. Again, this is the configuration of the bulb. Here's the base housing on the back side. Then the side that screws down to the base. And this is the glass part of the bulb here. Now what's tricky about it that was hard to see on whether the bulb was blown or not is that you have a filament here that comes up like this, and it does that and it goes into a U. And then you have the 2 electrodes here. They come up and they touch on contact with that, and they loop back over and goes to the other side. Now when you look inside the bulb, it's so small and so you know, it just gives an illusion. You couldn't see it. My bulb had broke right here, and if I hadn't took a real closer look at it with a magnifying glass, I would have never saw it. So that's where it was broken. The bulb wasn't discolored or anything. It was just that the filament had broke right here. So that's what the bulb looks like. So if you do ever have to take one out because it's a requirement for the parking brake, that's what you got to look for on your bulb. Okay, YouTube, I hope this illustration was good to kind of help those with a VNL, at least a 2000 or 1999, 2000. I think they changed it after 2000. But taking the console out, 2 bolts up at the top, and then just hinge it over and out it'll come. And then you saw the illustration on where the Telltale bulbs are. All right. Again, it's nothing like maxing one thing out and chasing another one. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, too, if you like the video, if it helped you out as a trucker or someone who's got a big truck, don't forget to like, share, leave me a few comments. I appreciate it. Not making money off it. Just helping everybody else out there on the road or anywhere that's got a problem and they need someone how to fix it.